Dear students, in my previous class, I discussed the text, 3 questions, the parable, and now today, in my class, I will discuss from the page number 55. Open page at 55. From the paragraph, but then again others said that. Here, from this paragraph I will start. Now, listen to my discuss. So, I hope you all are ready listening to my class with your textbooks and exercise books and pen. But then again others said there were some things which could not wait to be laid before a council. But then again others said. Here in my previous class you knew that the jar had 3 questions which occurred to his mind or that came to his mind. And the first question was about the right time to begin everything. That is, the right time to begin everything. In order to answer the question, several learned men gave varieties of answers. In order to satisfy the jar with the answers, they gave several answers to the first question. The first question, what was the first question of the jar? The first question was about the right time to begin everything. Now students, here you have read that several answers were given by the learned men who came to the jar in order to satisfy him with their answers. But today, in the same way, the learned men tried their level best to satisfy the jar with their answers. Now see, what were the answers? But then again others said there were some things which could not wait to be laid before a council. There were some things which could not wait to be laid before a council. Council means a group of people chosen to give advice. A group of people, council. Others said, according to others, there were some things, there were some matters which could not wait to be laid before a council, which could not be put forward for advice from the body of wise men. Which could not laid before a council means which could not be put forward for advice from the body of wise men, of wise people, but about which one had at once to decide whether to undertake them or not. In this respect, they opined that as some things could not be put forward for advice from the body of the wise people, one had to decide at once, immediately, whether to undertake the action or not. Whether to undertake. Undertake means take charge of. Whether to take charge of the actions or not. But in order to decide that, one must know beforehand what was going to happen. What was going to happen. Here in this respect, they tried their best to give the answers in this way that they said that one must know beforehand what was going on, what was going to happen, what was going to happen. It is only magicians who know that. It is only magicians. Here, magicians means fortune tellers. Magicians are the persons who played tricks. But here, magicians refer to fortune tellers. It is only fortune tellers who know that, what was going to happen. It is only the magicians, it is only the fortune tellers who can tell what was going to happen. And therefore, in order to know the right time for every action, one must consult magicians. In order to know the right time for every action, one must consult magicians. One must consult the fortune tellers. So, in this paragraph, you have seen that, or you have understood that, in order to give the answers to the first questions, the learned men opined according to their own way. They said that if the jar wanted to know the right time for every action, he must consult the fortune tellers. He must consult the magicians. Magicians means, here magicians refer to fortune tellers. And if he consults the fortune tellers, then he will be able to know what is going to happen. Now, equally various were the answers to the second question. Here, the first question was answered separately or in the different ways by the learned men who came to the jar to satisfy him by giving the answers. Equally various were the answers to the second question. Equally various were the answers. Various were the answers to the second question. What was the second question? The second question was about the most necessary people. Who were the most necessary people? Whom to listen and whom to avoid. Here, this is the second question. The second question was about the most necessary or most important persons whom the jar should pay more attention. So, in order to give the answers to the second question, the learned men equally gave various answers to the second question. Equally various were the answers to the second question. That is, there were varieties of answers to the second question from the part of the learned men. Some said that the people the jar most needed were his counselors. That is, according to their opinion, they wanted to point out that the jar most needed the people who were his counselors. Counselors means the members of the assembly or board who were selected in order to give advice. That is, the people the jar most needed were his counselors. That is, the counselors or the members of an assembly or board were the most needed or most required persons or important persons to the jar. Others, the priest, that is, others answered that the jar most needed, the people the jar most needed were the priests. Priests means persons conducting religious ceremonies. Persons conducting religious ceremonies. Religious ceremonies. Persons conducting religious ceremonies. Priests. Others wanted to give the answers in this way, that the people the jar most needed were the doctors. That is, the doctors were the most needed persons or most required persons to the jar. While some said the warriors were the most necessary people. That is, the people the jar most needed were the warriors. Warriors means soldiers. Warriors means soldiers. Soldiers were the most required or most needed persons to the jar. In this way, the learned men tried their level best to give the answers to the second question. So students, what was the second question and what were the answers to the second question? In this way, the question may be said. To the third question, now see, to the third question, as to what was the most important occupation, that is, what was the most important affair to do, what was the most important action to perform or to do, as to what was the most important occupation or job to do. Some replied that the most important thing in the world was science. That is, what thing must be cared, or what thing should be cared, or what is the most important action to be performed. Some replied. The learned men tried to reply or tried to give the answers to the third question in this way, in different ways. They said that science was the most important thing in the world. Science was the most important thing. Science was the most important thing in the world, according to their opinion, according to the opinion given by the learned men. Others said that it was skill in warfare. Others, according to the declaration of others or according to the opinion of others, it was skill in warfare, battlefield. It was skill in the battlefield. And others opined that it was religious worship of God. Religious worship means worship of God. In this way, there were varieties of answers from the part of the learned men to the third question. So, here, this is the paragraph from which the question may be set. What was the third question and what were the answers from the part of the learned men? The third question was about the most important thing or affair, or what most important occupation to perform or to do. Here, the answers were given severally or in different ways by the learned men. Others said that it was welfare, and others again that it was religious work. So, you will have to keep in mind that their answers were given in this way. Science was the most important affair or occupation which must be taken care of by the jar. Warfare, skill in warfare, or religious worships. Here in this way, they tried their level best to give the answers to the third question. All the answers being different, the jar agreed with none of them. All the answers being different, the jar agreed with none of them. Now, see, all the answers being different. All the answers being different. All the answers being different, the jar agreed with none of them. The jar agreed with None of them. All the answers being different. As all the answers were different, the jar agreed with none of them. Here, all the answers being different. Here, being different. This is the sentence written in simple formation, simple sentence. But if you want to convert the sentence into complex sentence, you will have to write the sentence in answer in this way. As all the answers were different, the jar agreed with none of them. That is, the jar agreed with none of them. None of them means none of the answers. As all the answers were different. Here, they gave different answers. The learned men gave different answers. So the jar agreed with none of them and gave the reward to none. Why did not the jar give the reward to anybody? The jar did not give the reward to anybody who came to him for giving him the answers to his questions, because all the answers were different. The jar was not satisfied with the answers given by the learned men in different ways, but still wishing to find the right answer to his questions. Because here the jar was not satisfied with the answers given by the learned men, so he was not satisfied. So in order to find the right answers to his questions, to his three questions, he decided to consult a hermit. Hermit is the holy man. Widely renowned for his wisdom, who was widely famous for his knowledge or discretion. Wisdom means knowledge or discretion. Knowledge or discretion. He decided to consult a hermit widely renowned for his wisdom. He took decision. Decided is the verb form, but if you want to convert the word into a noun form, you will have to write, he took a decision to consult a hermit. He took a decision. D-E-C-I-S-I-O-N. Widely renowned for his wisdom. Who was widely renowned for his wisdom? That is, in this paragraph you have seen that being dissatisfied with the answers given by the learned men, the jar took decision to consult a hermit who was widely famous for his knowledge. The hermit lived in a wood which he never quitted. The hermit, the holy man, lived in a wood which he never quitted. The hermit lived in a wood which he never quitted. The holy man whom the jar decided to meet in order to get the answers from him. He received none but common folk. Here, this is the description of the hermit. This is the description of the holy man. The hermit lived in a wood. He never quitted the wood. He received none but common folk. None but common folk means he received only ordinary people. He received only ordinary people. Common folk means ordinary people. Ordinary persons or people. So the jar put on simple clothes. Here the jar knew that the hermit only received the common folk, ordinary people, ordinary persons. He put on simple clothes and before reaching the hermit's cell, dismounted from his horse. before reaching the hermit's cell means cottage. Before reaching the hermit's cottage, dismounted. Dismounted means got off. Dismounted means got off. Got off from his horse. And leaving his bodyguard behind, went on alone. Approached alone. Went forward alone. In this paragraph, you have seen that as the hermit received only the ordinary people, the jar from his knowledge put on simple clothes, and so he dismounted or got off from his horse and left his bodyguard behind and went on alone without anybody. He was not accompanied at the time of reaching the hermit's cell. He was not accompanied. Nobody accompanied him. Only the jar started to reach the hermit's cell. Started to go to the hermit's cell. When the jar approached, the hermit was digging the ground in front of his hut. When the jar approached, the hermit was digging the ground in front of his hut. Here from this sentence, question may be said. What was the hermit doing when the jar approached? What was the hermit doing when the jar approached? What was the hermit doing? The hermit was digging the ground in front of his hut when the jar approached. Seeing the jar, he greeted him and went on digging. The jar was seen by the hermit. That is, the holy man, the hermit, saw the jar. He greeted him. He welcomed him and went on digging, continued digging. That is, he was digging the ground in front of his hut. In spite of seeing the jar, just after greeting him, he continued digging. That is, he did not stop digging. He continued digging. He went on digging. The hermit was frail and weak. Frail and weak. Very weak. Feeble or infirm. Frail means infirm or feeble. Feeble, F-E-E-B-L-E. Feeble or infirm. F-I-R-M. Feeble or infirm. The hermit was feeble or infirm and weak, and each time he stuck his spade into the ground, turned a little earth, he breathed heavily. Now, how was the jar? How was the hermit? The hermit was frail and weak. And each time he stuck his spade into the ground. Each time. Every time he stuck. Stuck means, stuck here means thrust. T-H-R-U-S-T. T-H-R-U-S-T. Thrust. His spade. Digging instrument. Spade is the digging instrument. Past tense. Stick is the present form. S-T-I-C-K. S-T-I-C-K. Stick. Stuck, stuck. Stick, stuck, stuck. He stuck his spade into the ground and turned a little earth. Earth means soil. Turned a little earth. Turned a little soil. And breathed heavily. Out of exertions, breathed heavily. He was very weak The hermit was very infirm or feeble, and at that each time he was digging the soil with his spade, he breathed heavily. He turned a little earth, he turned a little soil, and breathed heavily. At the time of digging the ground, he was gasping. The jar went up to him and said, I have come to you, wise man, wise hermit, to ask you to answer 3 questions. I have come to you, wise hermit, to ask you to answer 3 questions. How can I learn to do the right thing at the right time? How can I learn to do the right thing at the right time? Who are the people I most need? And to whom should I therefore pay more attention than to the rest? And what affairs are the most important and need my first attention? Here, coming to the hermit, the jar exposed the 3 questions that had come to his mind. For the first time, he addressed the hermit as wise man, wise hermit, and he said that he had come to the hermit, to ask him to answer 3 questions. The answers of the 3 questions that had come to his mind. How can I learn to do the right thing at the right time? Do the right thing at the right time. Here the jar wanted to know how he would be possible to do the right thing at the right time. The second question that had come to the mind of the jar: who are the people I most need? That is, he wanted to know from the hermit who are the most people whom he should pay more attention, or whom he should avoid or evade or shun. Who are the people I most need, and to whom should I therefore may pay more attention than to the rest of the people? And what affairs are the most important and need my first attention? What affairs are the most important affairs? That is, what is the most important occupation, or what are the most important duties to perform and need his first attention? The hermit listened to the jar but answered nothing. The hermit listened to, that is, heard carefully, attentively. The hermit heard the questions of the jar carefully and attentively, but answered nothing, did not give any answer to him. Though the hermit listened to the jar, he answered nothing. He did not give any answer. He just spat on his hand and recommenced digging. Spit, spat, spat. Spit, S-T-I-T. Spit. This is the V1 form, present indefinite form of spat. Spat. He just spat on his hand and recommenced digging. Recommenced means started afresh. Started afresh. Started afresh. Recommenced digging. Started afresh. Digging. For the first time, when the jar told the questions to the hermit listened to the questions but did not give him anything. He just spat on his hand and recommenced digging. That is, he started afresh digging the ground. Started afresh doing the same as he was going to do. You are tired, said the jar. Let me take the spade and work a while for you. You are tired. The jar said to the hermit that he was tired. And so he proposed that he might take the spade and work a while for him. Let me take the spade and work a while for you. A while means for some time. A while means for some time. For some time. A while means for some time. That is, the jar wanted to do something for the hermit. You are tired, said the jar. Let me take the spade and work a while for you. The jar said that is, the jar said to the hermit, told the hermit that he was tired. And so he proposed that he might take the spade and work for some time for the hermit, for him. Thanks, said the hermit, giving the spade to the jar. Here, the hermit thanked him and giving the spade to the jar. The hermit gave the spade to the jar. He sat down on the ground. When he had dug 2 beds, that is, now see, when the jar wanted to do dig for him, the hermit was ready to give the spade to him in order to do the same as he had done. First he thanked him, then he gave the spade to the jar. Then he sat down on the ground for rest. Now, the jar was engaged in digging the ground. When he had dug 2 beds, that is, when he had finished digging the 2 beds, the jar stopped